Hey everyone, welcome to another Stukent Expert session. Today we have Pinterest marketing expert Anastasia Gutnikova. Anastasia is the author of Pinterest SEO Traffic Secrets and a blogging educator at anastasiablogger.com. She started blogging in 2017 and now drives over 250,000 page views a month of free Pinterest traffic to her website. She monetizes Pinterest traffic with ads, leverages affiliate product sales on her sites, and sells her own digital products. Gutnikova runs 3 blogs to test her Pinterest strategy in different niches, helps her clients as a Pinterest marketing consultant, and through her courses leads hundreds of students to online success. Thank you, Anastasia, for being here. The time is now yours.
Hi, I'm Anastasia from anastasiablogger.com, and this is our second session in the series of videos about Pinterest. If you're watching my video for the first time, let me make a short introduction. So I'm a Pinterest marketing expert and blogging educator. I started my blog, which has grown into an online business by now, in 2017. And in 2 years, I'm driving over 250,000 monthly page views of free Pinterest traffic to my blog. And I monetize Pinterest traffic with ads and affiliate product sales on my site, plus I sell my own digital products. It would be fair to say that I owe 90% of my income on to Pinterest traffic because that's the share of Pinterest traffic to my blogs. And in this video, I promise to share with you everything I know about Pinterest algorithm. And before I even start talking about it, I want you to understand that even Pinterest engineers would not be able to tell you all the details because search engines use machine learning, meaning the algorithm trains on data provided by users and it improves itself over time. All I can tell you is based on my experience and the information Pinterest representatives shared publicly. So keep in mind that Pinterest will never share all the details, as this would open the door for spammers and all kinds of manipulations on the platform at a larger scale. So when we talk about Pinterest algorithm, we first need to look at the 4 different interfaces. Each interface shows pins based on its own algorithm. So we're talking about the Smart Feed, it's also called Home Feed, Following tab, Pinterest keyword search results, and hashtag search results. Now let's take a look at each of these places as opportunities for marketing on Pinterest and try to understand how they work. So first, let's talk about the Smart Feed. I already mentioned that it's also called Home Feed. Why? Because it's the default view of your Pinterest account. So whenever you open Pinterest, on your smartphone or on your desktop computer, the first thing you see is the Smart Feed. So it's everything that you can see on this domain, pinterest.com, or it could be any other local Pinterest domain, could be Canada, the United Kingdom, or any other. So you could compare the Smart Feed with Facebook's feed, because what is shown is based on a combination of your interests, the people and boards you follow on Pinterest, the pins you saved earlier, your search history on Pinterest, and many other factors. So by taking all these factors into consideration, Pinterest is trying to guess which content you will enjoy the most and for which pins you will come back to the platform again and again. As of 2019, Smart Feed does not show fresh pins first. By fresh, I mean the most recent pins. Pinterest used to show fresh pin first in the early years of the platform. But right now, pins in the Smart Feed are prioritized as best first, as opposed to the newest first. And best are different for each user. Like I said, it depends on the user's behavior on the platform. Now let's talk about the Following tab. This tab was introduced in March 2018 and it shows you only the pins from people you follow on Pinterest. You can find the Following tab in the right top corner on desktop next to your profile picture. On the app, on the Pinterest app, it will be one of the buttons at the bottom of the screen. So Following feed is on this URL. pinterest.com/following. In the following tab, the pins are shown based on their recency. The newest pins are at the very top of your feed. There is no much to understand about the algorithm of the following tab because newest pins are shown first, and there is no much we as marketers can do to improve the performance in this feed. Obviously, the more followers we have, the more clicks we can get from the following feed. If those are real followers and we are not trying to get involved in any follow for follow or automation techniques that are very frequently used on other platforms, I mean Instagram for the most part. So Pinterest never published any stats about the percentage of users who prefer to use the following tab. But it's enough to know that you have to click on the following tab to see pins from people you follow. Otherwise, Pinterest will automatically show you the smart feed, the home feed. And the following feed is just a secondary option on Pinterest. And I would be very careful trying to inflate the following numbers because they should grow organically. Otherwise, you might end up having low engagement per follower, and this can have a critical effect on the overall quality of your account. Why? Because Pinterest algorithm first sends each of your new pins to a small part of your followers and gathers information about the engagement. Does your pin get saves and click-throughs? Cool. If it does, it's a quality pin. And if it's relevant to the description you added, Pinterest will start showing this pin to bigger audiences. And when this happens, your following grows organically because Pinterest does all the work for you. Basically, the algorithm finds people interested in the topic or the keywords you added to this pin description. And it shows you pin to these people in the smart feed or in search results. And so if the people find your account interesting, they will follow. So to summarize this part about the Pinterest following tab, it's important to understand that quality of your followers matters a lot more than their quantity on Pinterest. Because the follower engagement is critical, especially at the early stages. As soon as you publish your pin, you have about a couple of days, maybe 24 hours. They don't say exactly, Pinterest never mentioned ever in any interviews how much time exactly you have to gather this engagement information for your new pins, but it's called early engagement. And they send it to you, this pin first to your followers. I believe that it's in the first 24 hours and then they decide what to do with this pin, either to hide it from the feed or to show it to more people. And then if your pin is wonderful, gets click-throughs, gets many saves, then Pinterest will start finding followers for you automatically, and you don't need to do any follow-for-follow stuff like on other platforms. Now let's talk about Pinterest keyword search results. It's another place where you can market your pins. And Pinterest search results are not the same for all users. They are personalized and they're changed based on which boards and people the user follows. Also, search results on Pinterest change with new updates. That happens with Google, but on Pinterest it happens much more frequently. Pinterest doesn't announce nor talks about these updates and their frequency in public, but if you spend a few years actively working as a Pinterest marketer like I did, you'll notice that Pinterest search results change a lot, usually at the start of each season, because Pinterest seems to be rolling updates at least once in 3 months. And by the way, if you'd like to get an idea of what the latest Pinterest algorithm changes are, I have a long read post, which I'm updating every time something significant happens on Pinterest. So you can find a link to that page somewhere next to the video on the page where the video will be published. So what are the things that help your pins rank high in keyword search on Pinterest? Obviously, you need to optimize your pins. Well, I talked about it in the previous video in more details, but I just need to remind you that you need to think about post SEO title, and it has to include the targeted keyword, the post SEO description has to include this keyword, and of course the pin description itself, plus pin description also includes hashtags that also ideally need to be with a targeted keyword. And all of this is also related with the board. It has to be saved to the board that has the same keyword, targeted keyword in the board title. So this pin in particular, I believe the best board to save it for is work from home. So I give all the signals to Pinterest that this pin is about work from home opportunities. Another note here, Pinterest takes seasons very seriously. And you probably noticed that the platform is designed to emphasize some seasonal or trending topics in many ways. So updating search results before each season seems to be a regular practice on Pinterest. Even if keywords you're targeting are not seasonal at all, since Pinterest updates search results in about every 3 months, all types of keywords are affected. Now I wanted to talk to you about hashtag search. So to see the hashtag search results on Pinterest, you just need to type your keyword or search term into the search box on the platform with the hashtag sign before your keyword. A pin will only show up in hashtag search if this pin has the hashtag inside the pin description, and it works as a link to the hashtag search results for that keyword. So if I click here, or on another hashtag, I will see the results for the other hashtag. And each pin can have multiple hashtags associated with it. So Pinterest seems to have a love-hate relationship with hashtags. In the early years of the platform, hashtags were okay on Pinterest. Then for a few years, using hashtags could get your account into trouble. Hashtags basically were considered spammy technique. And it all comes to the way that hashtags are used on other platforms. Pinterest cannot operate properly when hashtags are used the same way as on Twitter or Instagram. So hashtags on Pinterest have to be relevant to your content because they work as search terms. The Pinterest explains that hashtags, unlike on other platforms, hashtags on Pinterest should not be funny or creative. They have to be on topic first and foremost. So for a fashion brand, something like spring fashion would work well, but I look terrible in hats wouldn't. Pinterest doesn't want irrelevant hashtags attached to your pins just because they are popular. Keep in mind this strategy can still get you in trouble on Pinterest. And when hashtags were rolled out in 2017, the search results were not based on relevance of the user's interest, they were shown solely based on the freshness of the pins. Also, hashtags are shown only for the new pins. So if you repin some pin on Pinterest with a hashtag, it will not show up in the hashtag search. It's still true for the most part that the pins are shown in this order, the freshest pins first, but I noticed that pins are not exactly always ranked in chronological order. So you can see on this screenshot, first I see the pin published 3 minutes ago goes before the pin that was published 2 minutes ago. It will also depend on the user's behavior on the platform. And in the future, I think they will enhance this even more and maybe will make this hashtag search more similar or closer to regular keyword search on Pinterest. In the next video, I'll talk to you about Pinterest content strategy. Since the content on Pinterest is made of your pins, I will show you how to create pins that actually generate traffic. I'll also show you how to leverage seasonal and holiday traffic on Pinterest, because on this platform, you probably already noticed that seasonality is very important. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact me at facebook.com/AnastasiaBlogger in the chat, in the messenger, and I'll see you in the next video.